Hello steamers, welcome to a new edition of Press Full Steam Ahead with Mr. D. Today we'll be making a string phone. Yes, a string phone. However, before we get started on our steam challenge, it's time for today's steam trivia. So if you get the answer correctly, you get a chance to get a virtual high five with Mr. D. So the trivia question, here it is. Can you tell me who invented the first phone? Was it A, Thomas Edison, or B, Alexander Bell, or C, Mr. Briz? That's my version of Jeopardy song. Okay, I'll work on it. If you answered C, Mr. Briz, you answered incorrectly. The answer is B, Alexander Bell. Yes, Alexander Bell invented the first phone in 1876, about 150 years ago, a long time ago. So come on to the screen and give me that virtual high five. STEAM. Here we go. I'm sure all of you have seen adults or perhaps your siblings with mobile phones. Some call it cell phones, some call it smartphones. They are so popular these days, used to do a variety of things, such as talking, texting, emailing, social media, exercise, video chatting, conference calls, a variety of things, unlimited basically. But did you know that the first phones were simply used to talk to one another? And by the way, most phones, the cell phone, mobile phone, smartphone today are for personal use. And they also are very mobile, hence the word mobile. But the first phones, as they were invented, were practically used in the home and didn't go outside the home. And they were not used for one person, it was used for the whole entire family. But enough phone history for now. Let's get into today's steam challenge. So today we'll be making, as I said before, a string phone. That way you have your own personal phone. All you need are the following. 2 cups, can be plastic, could be styrofoam, or it could be paper cups. You also will need 2 paper clips. And you also need a thumbtack or a nail to put a hole in the cups. But most importantly, you will need string. I have yarn. You could use fishing string, you can use kite string, or even thread. I have some thread here, but I decided to use the yarn instead. So first things first, what we'll do is take one of the cups, as I have here, take your thumbtack, and if you can't do it, get an adult to help you or your sibling, take it and put a hole in it, as I'm doing. The same thing for the other cup. Now you'll take the end of the string. By the way, I've already cut my string. I cut it 20 feet. And if you have a ruler or a measuring tape, use that to measure it out. Or you can estimate it. This particular measuring tape goes out to 10 feet. I've already stretched it out to 10 feet, so I had to measure it. One for 10 feet, and then 10 times 2 is 20. I had to do it twice. So I do have my string. It's a long string. I'm going to find the end of it. Found it. Okay, so as I take the end of the cup and I string it through the hole, I'm threading it through the hole. And if the hole is too narrow, and I think mine is, you just make it a little wider. That should do the trick. I'm going to use my thumbtack, kind of thread it on in there. And if I can grab the tip of it, I think I got it. There we go. So then I take one of my paper clips and use this kind of anchor I'm going to tie the string to the paper clip. That way it won't go back out the hole when I pull on it. Just tie it in a regular knot. One knot, and then maybe a second knot. That's my first knot. And I'm going to tie my second knot just to make sure it does not come loose. There we go. All right, so do the same thing for the other cup. Take the other end of the string.
Here we go. Okay.
So, knowing I have to make this hole a little larger, I'll go ahead and do that now. Don't make it too large because you want to make sure it's a good seal around the string as much as possible. You can see here, this time I'm going to hold my string over the hole, take my thumbtack, and push the string through with the point. There we go. So I pull the thumbtack back out. Now that I have my finger on the string, pull the string on through. I'm going to do the same thing as I did the other paper clip. Tie it to the string with one loop, one knot first, and a second knot just to make sure it's tight enough. Okay, there we have it. So that fast, you have your own personal string phone. The trick is to put this back in here, pull it on through, as far as I can go. Same thing here. Who can I try this out with? Can you try it? No, we can't go through the phone. All you gotta do is take it to find someone, your sister, your brother, or an adult in your house. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna have them put it to their ear, and they're gonna go as far as they can from you until the string is tight. It must be tight. And also, of course, not touching anything. The string cannot touch anything. It gotta be a clear connection. So go as far as you can, 20 feet away. One person puts the phone to their ear, and you, the person who made the phone, be the first one to talk into it. Say, hello, world, and they'll hear you in the side of this cup. And then they can take turns and say something to you, and you do the same thing and hear them. Again, you have just made your first string phone. Any questions, just let Mr. D know. Also, boys and girls, be very careful when you're making your string phone, especially with scissors. If you're cutting your yarn and your string, if you don't have children's-sized scissors, get an adult to cut the string for you. And if you're putting the hole in yourself with a thumbtack, be careful you don't hurt yourself. You may need an adult to do that as well. So you ask the question, how does that work? It's all about vibrations that travel through the string. Let me explain. Speaking into the cup creates sound waves, which are converted into vibrations at the bottom of the cup. The vibrations travel along the string and are converted back into sound waves at the other end, so the person on the other end can hear what you said. Sound travels through the air, but it travels even better with solids such as a cup and string, therefore allowing you to hear sounds that might be too far away when it travels through the ear. Also, you older steamers, my challenge to you is take it a step further. Use the paper cups, try those. Also, if you have styrofoam cups, try those. And even if you have metal cans, like a soup can, try those. Of course, you'll probably need a hammer to nail the hole through that with a nail. And then try different strings, yarn versus kite string versus fishing string, or even thread. And then also try different length on the strings, 20 feet, 10 feet, 5 feet, even 50 feet, if you're able to do that. And then write down your results. I'll be curious to know what you find. Well, steamers, that's all I have for today. Until next time, press full steam ahead.